morning. Welcome to our webinar topic, Child Maintenance Disputes, How to Resolve It. So child maintenance is a topic that's quite hot, for lack of a better phrase. During this time of the year, school holidays have come to an end, school has now started, and expenses are rising. Many people, they relook their finances and their budget this time of the year, so maybe last year they could do without obtaining child maintenance, but the expenses have increased and now they require both parents to adequately provide for the minor children. So I have a few questions. The first question is as follows: what are my rights? I have a child born out of wedlock, so that's the subheading. I have a 6-month-old child born out of wedlock. Am I entitled to child maintenance? The answer is yes. The law does not discriminate between children born in or outside of wedlock. If you are the parent of the child, you have a legal obligation to maintain the child. Many years ago, the law discriminated and said that if a child was born out of wedlock, the maternal grandparents only had to maintain the minor child and not the paternal grandparents. Then the Peterson case came out, and that case said no, that's discrimination. Irrespective of whether or not the child was born in wedlock or outside wedlock, that time they used the term legitimate and illegitimate. But nonetheless, it does not matter. Parents have a legal obligation to maintain a child despite the child born within wedlock or outside of wedlock. The amount you can claim and the nature of the claim does not differ. There is no difference. A child is a child, and we focus on that only. We do not categorize children and what they can claim based upon whether or not the parents are married or not. So I hope that answers that specific question. Yes, you can claim and do so as soon as possible. The second question and the third question as well is appearing. The heading: I do not know where the father is. Okay, let's move on. The father of my child lives in Eastern Cape. It should mean Eastern Cape, not Easter Cape. Yeah, Easter Cape. Where will that be? I know he has a job and his family lives there. However, I do not know where exactly he stays. Can I still claim child maintenance? The answer is yes. Obviously, you're required to know where the father is, or the court needs to know, so they can call him in and we can do an inquiry regarding his financial affairs. It's silly for a court to make an order. Mr. A living somewhere in South Africa has to pay child maintenance. It doesn't make sense. I mean, how are you going to enforce that order? It means it's useless. The piece of paper is useless because it's unenforceable. And then when Mr. A ultimately comes to show, then he can say, but I mean, I wasn't informed about these investigations, these inquiries, this order, and I truly cannot afford it. So obviously the court needs to do an investigation to determine, can he afford it? It's very easy, and if he does not pay, his employer can pay. In terms of the Maintenance Act, there are maintenance investigators, and there has been recent amendments, not too recent, but there are amendments made that the court can instruct the, for example, Vodacom, MTM, Cell C to check their records to determine where does the father stay. Obviously, the father would have his cell phone, he record his SIM number. That's a requirement these days. And obviously, the court can instruct the maintenance investigator to approach credit bureaus and also investigate, find out where this father is. He can phone the family and determine where the father is and give the father adequate notice of the maintenance proceedings. Therefore, if you do not know where the other party lives, that is not a reason why not to approach a maintenance court. The maintenance court has investigators. Provide them with as much information as possible to find out exactly where the specific parent is. It could be the father or the mother, depending upon who's applying for the child maintenance. And at the same time, if that specific parent cannot afford to pay maintenance, you're welcome to approach the maintenance court and tell them, or ask them, please approach the grandparents because the father is not paying the child maintenance or cannot be found, and so on. And now the third question: can I claim maintenance for my 19-year-old child? Now, immediately as an advocate or as a legal person, if I hear the word 19 or 18, we're dealing with adults. And in terms of our law, once a person turns 18 years old, he or she is an adult, and therefore his parents cannot claim maintenance on his or her behalf. I hope you understand that. They are adults. They should proceed with a maintenance claim themselves because they are adults. So the question goes as follows. Since my child turns 19, the father stopped paying child maintenance to me. There is no court order. What can I do? My advice to you is the minor child, my apologies. The adult child of 19 years old, has to approach the maintenance court for a maintenance inquiry against the father for child maintenance. I do not see any questions on the Facebook Live, and I think that's it for today. Have a lovely day, and I hope to see you online again soon.